how's it going? My name is Noble and welcome to the channel, and today we have a Sith, Sorcerer, Jedi Sage PvP build for you. It is Polarity's Strike, my personal build. I have found a lot of success using this in arenas and in Warzone. This is primarily built for arenas, but you can use it in regular Warzones. Feel free to tweak it as you will. This is what I personally use, so if you agree with it or disagree with it, tell me in the comment section down below. Tell me why. All of these stats are going to be listed in the next part of the video. I don't really care that much about stats after you get the base, so I just want to give you guys a little bit of a precursor there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. Okay, so first things first, we will jump into the ability tree and what I personally choose to take. Like I said in the beginning, you may disagree or have your own particular way of running this, but this is what I have found to be the most impactful, at least for me and how I play. At level 23, we're going to be taking Forbidden Knowledge. This is dealing damage with Chain Lightning build stacks of Forbidden Knowledge, increasing the healing done by a natural preservation and reducing its cooldown. Now, this is probably going to be a little controversial, but I think you can use it in both arenas and Warzones. I take it specifically for arenas, as that's mostly what I play. I just like having the extra healing because I am going to be looking after myself. That's a lot of what you guys are going to be doing, is looking out for yourself in those arena situations, even sometimes in regular Warzones. So Forbidden Knowledge is what I take. At level 27, I go with Cloud Mind because of the damage reduction. This build, it centers around being able to not be interrupted and having a lot of damage reduction. So the other abilities, you could take Eye of the Storm. I don't think it's that impactful, and there's no reason for that ability, honestly. And then finish them. Shock deals bonus damage. Not really a big thing here. We will not be using shock, very often as part of our, 1-2 combo punch or anything like that. We do use it as filler, but I prefer using the Cloud Mind. And then level 39, I take Thunder and Lightning. Thundering Blast causes your next Chain Lightning or halted offense to deal 10% more damage. Obviously, you want to get more damage done with this. At level 43, I take Insulating Blast. Thundering Blast grants a stack of Insulating Blast, which increases your damage reduction by 5% for 18 seconds. Why would you not take this? I don't understand. The raid buff is not necessary, and Overcharge Barrier is not the greatest in PvP. I don't think increasing healing received by 5% and increases damage absorbed by Static Barrier by 10 is as impactful as damage reduction by 5% for 18 seconds. At level 51, I just go with Defiance, increases damage reduction by 3%. At level 64, I take Unnatural Vigor. Unnatural Preservation increases your damage reduction by 15% for 6 seconds. Additionally, it reduces the cooldown of Unnatural Preservation by 5 seconds. So we are really heavy on the damage reduction. It's what we circle, this kit around, what we try to build around. At level 68, we take Phase Walk. I do not recommend taking either Whirlwind or Volt Rush. They just aren't as impactful. I know a lot of people might say, well, Noble, what about, having a CC for, the enemy team or just regular fighting in general? It's not that impactful. You will do just fine with the rest of the abilities in the kit. I doubt you'll be needing to use Whirlwind unless you're a really hardcore objective Warzone player. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I mainly play arenas, so I center all of my builds around arenas. And at level 73, we take Immersion. Force Speed grants Immersion, removing all movement impairing effects and granting immunity to them for the duration. This is literally, again, part of the, foundations of this kit. There is no reason to not take this. Corrupted Flesh does not help me at all, and Conspiring Force is just making the target slowed by Affliction, which is not that big of a deal. Not something that I would recommend. I will say a lot of sorcerers I see will take Backlash. This is the bubble stun, so whenever it breaks, it causes people to get a brief stun for about 3 seconds. This, if you're really struggling as a sorcerer, then I would say probably take this to start, just so you kind of get used to doing other defensive things if you have to. But I don't think this is very necessary. You have a knockback, you have your electrocute, so using this is not that impactful. It's not going to save you a lot of the time, especially if you're low. Someone's most likely going to decide to break that flash, which I don't know why people would, but I've seen it happen. So something to consider. I don't recommend this. I think you'll find it just as not beneficial. So now that we went over the talents that I particularly like, we can just go over some of the base abilities that are built into the kit, like Lightning Storm, Lightning Strike, Lightning Bolt, Thundering Blast, and Force Storm grant Lightning Storm. When activated, Lightning Storm immediately finishes the cooldown of Chain Lightning. This can't happen, for more than every 10 seconds. This can happen. So basically, if I go out of the menu here, and if I was to just use Force Storm, resets the cooldown, you have instant Chain Lightning. That's what Force Lightning does. Or if you Force Speed, you will have the instant on Lightning Bolt, which would also proc your Chain Lightning as well. This isn't something that I would say use specifically for Chain Lightning. It kind of just depends on the situation. A lot of people, when they are trying to look at rotations for PvP, they're looking to follow a specific way to use abilities, which is definitely true. There's a base rotation for this that actually, would make the class and the spec play a lot better if you followed it, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, you have to deal with the cards you're dealt. So I will go over basic rotation here in just a few minutes. Moving up a little bit to Forked Darkness. Crushing Darkness makes its target vulnerable for 45 seconds and has a 25% chance to tick twice. Direct damage dealt by your Crushing Darkness, Chain Lightning, and halted offensive abilities refreshes the duration of your affliction on afflicted targets. In addition, Lightning Strike and Lightning Bolt increases your force regeneration by 10% for 45 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Chain Lightning and Crushing Darkness refresh the cooldown on Affliction, which we'll get into in just a little bit, but this is going to be something that the kit revolves around to do damage, because Affliction on its own is not that great of an ability, but when this is on, when you use Thundering Blast, it's going to be a ridiculous combo. So we'll read over this real quick. Cast a powerful Force Affliction upon the target that deals 22,000 damage, internal damage I should say, over 18 seconds. And if you pair that with Thundering Blast, it sends a Thundering Blast wave at a single target that deals 17,000 through 18,000 damage. Thundering Blast automatically critically hits the target affected by your Affliction. So you are guaranteed crits when you have Affliction on the target, and we will run over to a dummy so I can show you. So let's briefly talk about what we are going to be using as a center for our kit when it comes to our gear. For this build, I am running Stormwatch. I have always loved this tactical. Lightning Flash applies Stormwatch to its targets for the next 15 seconds whenever a target takes damage from Affliction, Crushing Darkness, or Thundering Blast. A Lightning Bolt is called down upon the target, dealing 2100 energy damage. Not a oh big got you, but it is helpful, and I think it looks cool, and I like it over other tacticals like Aaron's Haste. The reason why I do not recommend you run Aaron's Haste is because this build is essentially going to make you immune to a lot of interrupts on casts, and the only thing that Aaron Haste does is make the Thundering Blast essentially require no cast and a little bit of extra damage on a few other things, but I prefer running Stormwatch. For legendary implants, I run Gathering Storm. Force Speed makes your next direct force attack deal 20% more damage, and force attacks deal 20% more damage while Polarity Shift is active, going back to this whole build being around Polarity Shift. So 20% more damage when Polarity Shift is active, something that is going to be pretty big. And then what I think is arguably just as important is the unmatched haste for legendary implants. The duration of Polarity Shift is increased by 5 seconds, and using Force Speed reduces the active cooldown of Polarity Shift by 5 seconds. So this whole kit right here, these two implants, is really going to be what makes all of this work really well. So I would recommend picking up both of these if you have a chance. When it comes to all of the other stats, I'm going to be honest, some of you guys are going to roast me for this, but I am not a huge stat guy. I am just running basically full crit alacrity augments on my gear, and that is it. If you want to tweak it and get, fancy with it, go ahead, but this is more than capable of doing what you need to do in most of your arena games or Warzone games. Alright, so here we are at my training dummy at the ship. Weird thing here is that the numbers on this training dummy and then the Warzone training dummy down in the fleet give me different numbers, so it was a little weird, so we're going to go with this one. Alright, so for example, for that Affliction Thundering Blast combo that I was talking about, we'll just cast Thundering Blast without Affliction. Alright, you're looking at 32,210 damage, okay? Not bad, could be better. So we will wait a little bit for everything to reset, so we have chances to crit before we then will add Affliction here. So let's go ahead, add Affliction, and Thundering Blast. Bam, 39k. It's going to be like 39 to 41k is what's going to happen. So essentially you're going to get, more than 10,000 damage when this crits, okay? Refresh the Affliction, and Thundering Blast again, 37k. So it varies, but you're going to be doing a lot more damage when Affliction is active. So that's what you want to make sure of for the most part, is that you have Affliction on the targets that you're focusing. Like what I'll do sometimes is if I'm in an arena just for fun, I will Affliction, then I would tab over, and then I would Affliction that other person just in case I know I need to switch targets for whatever reason. So I will go over the rotation. Okay, so we have 20 seconds left until this polarity shift is back. I kind of messed up. My mouse has been acting funny. The buttons on the thumb side have not been working, so I accidentally messed up the rotation. So that's why the image moved a little bit. We are going to first start out with our polarity shift. Okay, so I will oh my gosh, this does not want to activate for me. Jeez. I'll activate polarity shift, then I will pop Recklessness, Affliction, Thundering Blast into Chain Lightning, then I will do the Lightning Flash, followed by Crushing Darkness. By that time, you can recast your Thundering Blast into your Chain Lightning. Now if you need filler again, you can use Shock. This comes back up. You're going to be going a little bit faster than what I'm doing right now. But this is basically the rotation. So see, now I need filler, so I can use my Force Lightning, or if I need to, for some reason, to use Force Speed, I can use that. And see the active cooldown, see the Polarity Shift cooldown went down a little bit. I can have that down, and then I have instant Lightning Bolt, which will also, my Affliction wore off because I wasn't paying attention, but that's what the filler would be, okay? So the key thing for this build is that you don't want Affliction to ever run out on the target. So the easiest way to do that, so let's just do the rotation real quick. Chain Lightning will reset the Affliction. Now if you go into Lightning Flash and do Crushing Darkness, you will have a refresh on Affliction again. And by the time this all wears down, you should have another instant Chain Lightning to refresh the Affliction. So if there's anything you want to practice, it's making sure that Affliction stays on the target. You can always, reapply it yourself, but those are the abilities and things that will redo the tick on Affliction, okay? That's something that you would want to do. So if I do this, at full speed, I'm going to not do it with moving because I know a lot of people don't like when I move around in guides. So we'll just do everything from here. So we'll do Polarity Shift, Recklessness, Affliction, Thundering Blast, Chain Lightning, Lightning Flash, Crushing Darkness. See, we're back here. Got to do some filler in this. Thundering Blast is back. Chain Lightning, Shock. We run this again. Alright, our Lightning Flash comes off, which will then start, all that lightning that you see come down. That is going to be the Stormwatch Tactical, okay? So look at all the times we are resetting our Affliction. Once you cast Affliction, you generally shouldn't need to worry about ever reapplying it because your Chain Lightning and your Crushing Darkness are going to constantly be resetting it. So it's not that big of a deal. Again, if you need a boost here, you can use Force Speed if you're trying to get away. It gives you the instant Lightning Bolt, and boom, you have an instant proc on your Chain Lightning, which again continues to reset. I'm not doing a specific rotation here, but I'm just showing you how easy it is to refresh Affliction on the target, which again, is something we really center around. So that is the base rotation. I'll go over it again. So let's just pretend, right, that Polarity Shift, well, we've got 8 seconds. We'll wait just to run it over. I'm not going to go into defensives in this guide. I'll save that for another one. This will be just essentially how to get going offensively, right? So we do Polarity Shift, Recklessness, Affliction, Thundering Blast, Chain Lightning, Lightning Flash, Crushing Darkness, some filler, Force Lightning. By the time that's done, boom, we go into Thundering Blast, Chain Lightning again. We can shock him if we want. Lightning again. The Flash is back, okay? Into Crushing Darkness, Thundering Blast, instant Chain Lightning, some more filler, because why not? And we are essentially back to our Thundering Blast Chain Lightning combo. And you always want to have Lightning Flash on cooldown, because that resets your Stormwatch, okay? So these two things you want to keep on the target essentially at all times. That's going to be what deals that extra damage that you need to make things go smoothly. And why would you not want that? So that's essentially how that works. So I will take you into a game and show you what that looks like in a regular Warzone. I can show you in an arena, but you're going to see a lot of gameplay of my SWTOR in arena games coming up, so I might not add that here, but that is the rotation. Alright guys, I joined a regular Warzone for this, so you guys can roast me in the comments, but sorry if the mic sounds weird. I don't have my pop filter on, so I'm going to place my phase walk out here, and I'll just show you how this would work in a regular Warzone. I'm going to wait until this guy isn't getting completely, look at this guy, rip cannonball, sorry about that bro, because my whole team, oh this is actually perfect. So, well, the Shadow's gonna die here, but we'll pop everything, see how much we can get off. We're not even gonna be able to get off anything else. But that was actually typically how that opener would go. Who do I want to hit? We'll hit the Shadow. So I casted my Lightning Flash already, but look at all this damage we're doing just by sitting here. Now normally if people are smart, they're not gonna, let you free cast like this, but this is a bang bang. Look how quick we had some people helping, but we'll try this operative here too, okay? See how much damage we can do to this operative. We have everything going. No! Come back. Let's go to the Shadow here at our pylon. Okay, he's got 62%. Let's see how fast we can get him down. 60 to like almost nothing. Granted, some little help here, but that was a lot of burst. Okay, and all of our abilities, we were going into a different fight. Like we'll pick this Marauder here. We'll do the same thing. Dropping him pretty fast. And we are the main person doing damage to him right now. Everything's off cooldown again. We will easily get the kill because of all that other help. But that's essentially all that this is. Rinse and repeat. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for the Polarity's Strike build video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. If you disagree with any of my talent choices or use of any of the skills, feel free to post that in the comment section down below. I am always open to any feedback about these. These are again my own personal builds and what I find to be the most useful for me, but that might not be you at all. So feel free to let me know what you guys like to run in the comment section. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.